Do you want to experience the zoo after hours under the glow of over 1 million lights? Brew Lights is on Friday, November 14th, one night only, gates open at 5:30 p.m. There's unlimited beer, wine, hard seltzer, and cider from regional vendors, plus carousel rides and LED party games. General admission, designated driver, and VIP early access with animal encounter tickets available. Tickets starting at $50 include a commemorative tasting glass. Get tickets at henryvilaszoo.gov/event/brew-lights-2. The holidays are starting early at the Brewers Company, and you're invited. Celebrate this season at the Brewers Company on Parmenter Street in Middleton. From November 5th through 9th, you'll find festive activities from Ladies' Night Out to their popular tradition, the annual Tree Walk, where you can wander through over 30 decorated trees and then vote for your favorite with the chance to win a prize. From sparkling lights to an upside-down Christmas tree, there's holiday magic around every corner. Check their event calendar for all the details at brewscompany.com. This is CityCast Madison. I'm Bianca Martin, and here's what Madison's talking about. Today, it's Thursday, so of course it's time to dish on Madison's food and drink scene. I'm here with the co-owner of a forthcoming Speakeasy themed bar planned for downtown, Courtney McCarty. Courtney, welcome to CityCast Madison.
Thanks for having me, Bianca.
So this is really exciting. You're working on opening a new spot in the historic Saddlery building on the 300 block of East Wilson. Been wondering what's going to go in there. The space will be called Veil and Vault. Tell us about the concept.
Sure. We are a little bit of a modern take on a traditional speakeasy. So we are going to have two parts to that speakeasy. The front entrance portion that is welcome to everyone, ideally with a reservation preference. We'll have a hidden entrance that you'll be able to experience the traditional style speakeasy aspects. And then we'll have a members only section, which is the vault portion of it within the speakeasy itself. And we're going to serve some contemporary classics as well as traditional Prohibition era classics and have some light bites and snacks.
Ooh, that's exciting. So yeah, that's the modern day part of it. Because it's like, obviously, liquor's legal. You guys aren't selling anything under the board, but you're going to have some of like the fun and like getting away with something vibe.
Yeah, absolutely.
What are some of those cocktails that you're thinking about having, or is that a secret?
We don't have a full menu developed yet. So it's myself and my husband and business partner, Ace. And then we have a third partner, Dan Ham. He's based out of Philadelphia, but he will be here quite often. He has partnered with us in the past on our different locations that we've had. And he's coming up with a menu as we speak. So we'll have to see what kind of fun stuff he gives us this time around.
It's brewing. It's very exciting. So talk about this space a little bit more. Like, what do you want people to feel when they are in Veil and Vault?
Yeah, I think for us in particular, and this is something that you can see reflected at Nitro as well, is we are first and foremost a hospitality business. And so we want you to have the full experience. Of course, we're going to deliver delicious and really unique inventive cocktails, but our goal is for people to be able to come into the space and be fully immersed and have an outstanding and unique experience that is going to bring someone back. So we're kind of on both sides of things. Again, those high-end elevated cocktails as well as that hospitality-driven experience.
And do you have a sense of when you all will open?
So we're open for the end of February, probably towards the beginning of March, but it is largely dependent on current government shutdown and different regulations that we're going to have to go through since we are a part of a historic building. We have to get some approvals there, as well as being part of the Small Business Association that requires some federal regulation and application as well.
And speak to me from your like human interest. Why open a speakeasy style bar? Like what speaks to you and what are you most excited about for bringing this forward?
Yeah, so we love just all sorts of different food and beverage. We travel often. And so every time we go to a different city, a different country, whatever that might be, we really like to be both culturally immersed as well as finding some of those unique elements, particularly within the food and beverage scene. So for all the travel that we've done, we've noticed that, the new modern age speakeasy is something that Madison really didn't have. And that was actually the first business that we wanted to launch in Madison before even Nitro. So we have always had this in our hearts and souls as something that we wanted to aim towards and fill that gap that was currently missing as far as the fully immersed experience. So we've had this idea, like I said, ruminating for quite some time and just didn't have the right location for it. So when we found our spot for Nitro, we really went contemporary, highly experiential, and really fun and playful elements. Again, something that typically Madison didn't have that we had seen before that we drew on experience from our travels. But then also now that we've found this location that is that true historic, there's no outdoor windows, there's no outside entrances to it. You have to try to find it from within. That's something that we felt was going to be a really good opportunity for us to do that full hashed out idea that we've had.
Yeah, I love that. I've lived in DC, and that was something that there were multiple speakeasy type joints where folks would be like, okay, let's find this spot. Like, oh, I heard there's a speakeasy over here or something of that nature, which really adds like an element of adventure and excitement to a night that might not otherwise be there.
Yeah, it really does. And, I think there's many folks like us, and we've seen reflected in places like Destination Madison, where we have so much tourism that is coming into the county and then the city specifically, that having a place that is a boutique hotel and having something that's kind of a destination place for people when they travel. And again, we see that at Nitro as well, where we have a lot of people from out of town. So like if we look at our analytics and our sales background, or even just having conversations with people, most of them, with the exception of a handful of regulars, most of the people that come in on an average weekend are from out of town. And so they know, like, they've spent time looking up things to do in the area. And we're very centrally located from the downtown, which of course has awesome things. And I think we're going to see the same for Veil and Vault. So we have that aspect of that tourism element there.
Yeah, that's interesting that you're hearing like so many out of towners, but I guess I can attest that I've heard that from other folks as well. And with the, theme of a speakeasy, it does seem like to be like a hot commodity, like you said, like across the country, internationally. What do you think it is about this concept that it's having such a moment right now? Like, is it deja vu 100 years on from the Prohibition era? Like, I'm a 1920s, like, spirited gal. Like, I absolutely love, like, the Roaring Twenties and everything about it. And, like, Great Gatsby is written into my brain. So, I don't know. What do you think it is that, like, this is really something that people are, I guess, hungering for?
Yeah, people love a good theme. They love a good time and a party and an experience, which is what the 20s was all about. But I think the other thing to consider, and something that you'll see really reflective in Veil and Vault, is not necessarily like American Prohibition speakeasy, but sort of the underground burlesque nightclub feel that you get in France and Germany, et cetera, during that period of time. So some of the unique things that we've decided to implement at Veil and Vault have come from a lot of those underground clubs. And so the decor on the inside, I'm not going to give away too much because we of course want people to be wowed. But there's a little bit of like that cabaret burlesque feel, especially when it comes with like fabrics and the colors that we have going on. And so a little bit of that theming. And then that vault area is probably going to draw on a little bit more towards that classic American Prohibition style, that real dark, dim, like a lot of wood, grain colors, very particular types of alcohol that we're probably going to use. We're going to keep to true 20s prohibitions. You're not going to see something like a tequila on the menu, which of course we love a good tequila, but I think that theming is going to be really fun. And then the faux entrance that we'll have, it's not going to look like it is a bar by any means, but it is kind of on brand and on theme with the rest of the space. So keep your eye out for that. You might get something tasty, if you will.
Oh my gosh. I love that you said that you guys are looking to wow. I cannot wait to be wowed. And I'm curious, mentioning, that you're going to focus in on the burlesque scene. Do you have any sense of like sort of the history of that area, knowing that King Street and like right around that like downtown used to have like a red light district? Not that all of that is the same, but just a little sultry vibes.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think like it just fits in so well, 100%. So we've done a little bit of research, and we also have been very intimately informed on Madison's bootlegging culture, some of the underground tunnel networks and some of those actual speakeasy bootlegging operations in Jenny Justo. So you'll see a little bit of female empowerment with Jenny Justo, of course. So we're really excited about that. And then we will have performances that we will be doing, maybe a little bit of like the lighter end burlesque. We'll have a really cool launch party event. There may or may not be some aerial artists. We're trying to work on all of the details and talking to a lot of our local performers. So if anybody's listening, we're always up for performances and negotiating that or talking about what that might look like. Yeah, we just want to, again, deliver that experience. And I think it's also important to kind of note that to keep true to being able to experience things in the moment, we are not going to allow photography or videography or cell phone usage inside the space. So when you come to claim your reservation, you'll have a nice like little branded logo sticker that will go on the front of your camera. And of course, if there's emergencies or something like that, we're not going to be rude about it. We just ask that you step outside the space. But we're going to try to keep everything respectful and hidden and secret, but also just so much more immersive in being present in that moment. And I think that we see that a lot of, I don't want to call it a trend. I think we're maybe taking a step back a little bit where people are getting overloaded by media and things on their phone, that having something that you can just set it down for like 90 minutes and enjoy yourself. That's what we're hoping. And so you have to come in to get the experience. You can't look at it online.
Yeah. It makes me think of Erykah Badu's song, I Can Make You Put Your Phone Down. I can make you put your phone down. Just like you're going to pay attention and there's things to enjoy and hear. And also like privacy, there's a lot of reasons for that. Clearly there, I'm so grateful that you're sharing some bits, and there's also some secrecy, right? You're holding some cards close to your chest, which is also very in line with the sort of burlesque and things that we're talking about. But can we talk about logistics a little bit? Like, how are folks going to be able to find out how they can get in? I understand a password might be involved in all of this.
There will be, yes. How often or how little we change that, we haven't exactly thought about all of the details to it, but there are a couple of different avenues. First and foremost, if you visit our website, when it gets up and running and you make a reservation, we're not going to make it incredibly difficult for you to find. We still want you to have a very calm, enjoyable experience and not be stressed about making your reservation time and not knowing where to go. So you'll be able to get some information that'll be very clear in how you need to access. But then there'll also be other things that, for example, at Nitro, for our new winter menu that we have coming up that we'll release probably around the January, February timeframe. So it's like perfect timing for us. There'll be a cocktail on the menu that you can order that will have like a riddle and a decoder with some access information. So it's kind of like an insider club, if you will. So that will be one option. And then we're also hoping that we might be able to create some like really fun partnerships with other businesses in the area. Let's say you're going out to eat at a location nearby, and as a server, I'm serving someone and I'm having a really great time with them. Like, hey, like, what should we do next? We want to set aside some reservations for people that have had a great time to kind of like slip them that access code where they can come in and say, hey, so-and-so like down the road told me like this is the next spot to go, and I'm really excited about it.
This weekend, come fall in love as Madison Opera presents Puccini's La Bohème, one of the world's most popular operas. Set to a ravishing score, La Bohème tells of the lives, loves, and losses of a group of young artists in the Latin Quarter of 1830s Paris. Whether you're new to opera or a longtime fan, don't miss this moving work that audiences have adored for over a century, brought to life by a dynamic young cast. Projected English translations will make sure you don't miss a word of love, friendship, humor, or heartbreak. La Bohème simply has no equal. Take your seat in Overture Hall and escape into opera's greatest love story. You only have 2 chances to see La Bohème, so join Madison Opera on Friday, November 7th at 7:30 p.m. or Sunday, November 9th at 2:30 p.m. Tickets start at under $25. Get yours today at madisonopera.org. So having this conversation, I have to ask, does it defeat the purpose of the secret part of the speakeasy?
I mean, maybe not. Things have changed in terms of what a definition of a true speakeasy is, because to your point earlier, right? We're not like an underground operation. We're certainly a legitimate business where we have to have an alcohol license. And I know that some people have said, well, if you publish the address, it's not really a speakeasy. Well, legally, you have to, it's public information. But so we want to be playful. We want to be thematic, but really approachable. So we're just hoping to bring that fun experience element a little bit.
Yeah. And I understand that Veil and Vault will also have a members only club. So what does membership grant you?
Yeah, so we're still working out, again, a lot of the details to it. But if you are a member, you'll be invited to our launch event and then a couple of different members only events throughout the year. You'll have first access to reservations. We'll give you some guest access as well. So if you've got some friends or family that are coming from out of town, and you'll be able to say, hey, I've got X number of people that are coming with me. I want to use one of my guest passes. And then there'll be in-house discounts as well. Oh, it'll also come with a personalized etched bottle of your spirit of choice that will be assigned a little cage number inside of the vault area. So you'll get to have your own bottle and mix it or drink it however you choose. And our team of bartenders will be happy to do that for you.
Oh my goodness, a little home away from home
Yeah.
for someone who likes spirits and the whole party of it. Oh, this is really fun. I'm really excited about the location itself. And you mentioned earlier that the Saddlery is registered as a historic building. Can you talk about, both the benefits and also maybe some of the challenges that come with outfitting an older space?
Sure. Well, one of the most obvious challenges is sometimes, especially for small businesses, it can be really cost prohibitive. So for us, it was really important that we had a good foundational relationship with the building owners. And they've been fantastic to work with and help us out in making sure that we're going to be successful in the long run with them. So they've been able to work with us on some of those things. And then, of course, ensuring that we're still being able to execute our vision in terms of what we want the space to look and feel like, with also the historic preservation aspects of it. So a speakeasy was kind of a natural fit into that historic side of things anyways. So we didn't have anything that was too outlandish for that preservation committee to look at and say yay or nay on it. But things like making sure that we're leaving the ceilings exposed. So I think what's going to be really unique about this space is while you can't see anything from the outside, the ceilings are 17 feet tall or something like that. So it's very grand and very beautiful with beams that are well over 100 years old. There's no steel or metal. It's solid, almost like petrified wood. And then that real kind of small board wood flooring that as well. So it'll be gorgeous.
So dreamy. It is so dreamy. And, hearing a little about the interiors, in terms of the exterior, is much going to change with sort of the storefront? I heard there might be some trickery there.
Yeah. Yeah. So like I said, it's going to look like you're not going into the speakeasy like a bar. It'll be a false front. It's going to look like it's its own separate business. So people will just have to figure out which business in the front it is and where the access door is. So that'll be kind of a little fun aspect there. But otherwise, as far as the facade on the outside, no, none of that can change. And we don't want to change it because it's beautiful.
Okay, great. So it's going to lean into the Saddlery.
A little bit. A little bit.
A little bit.
I'm going to give away too much.
I'm so sorry.
No.
I'm just kidding. No, I am actually. I care. No, it's drumming up excitement for sure. And you mentioned that folks cannot take photos. So I understand that's going to be a little bit a part of that as well. It's like you will have to find your way in to see this and actually find out all of the surprises. You've mentioned a couple of times, but you have another bar, Nitro, which is on West Washington Avenue, West Wash. We know it's going to be a while before Veil and Vault opens. Is Nitro a place for folks where they can like get a taste of what's in store cocktail wise? Like, will there be some similarities there? And, you'd already mentioned the cocktail, which will have a little bit of a decoder, but can folks come get some excitement before the excitement at Nitro?
Oh, absolutely. Because we focus on hospitality being our true brand and vision. Anytime that you come into Nitro, any one of our team members is going to greet you. They're going to have a conversation with you. They're going to learn as much as they can about you to give you the perfect cocktail that is made for you. So one of the questions that we never, ever answer is, what's your favorite cocktail? And it's because what I have and what I enjoy is probably not going to be the same as like what you would enjoy. So for me, I really like bourbon, whiskey, spirit forward. Like I love myself a good Manhattan, but a lot of times people don't like the brown spirits. It's a little bit too much for them. They want a little bit more citrus, or they want something like fresh and herbal and clean. So if I recommend something to you that is my favorite cocktail, you're probably not going to leave happy. And so that's what we've really tried to emphasize with our guest experience. And so with that being said, you're going to get that same guest experience at Veil and Vault. And so I would definitely encourage everyone to come in and give some of those really true classic cocktails a try. So we have a classics menu, an elevated classics menu, and then we have our fun contemporary originals menu, which is all of our own playful riffs on a whole wide variety of different types of cocktails, and brand new to us and brand new to everyone really that we've created. And then we have what we call our showstoppers or experiential cocktails. And those are the things that have like those playful elements to them. So we use a smoking cloche, which is not super inventive by any means.
And is that the one, the cloche, is that the glass that you cover? I feel like that's the cocktail experience that I've had at Nitro, which is, yeah. It's like the glass that would cover the rose and Beauty and the Beast, but you cover the cocktail to keep smoke in there.
Yes,
How
absolutely.
am I doing?
No, it's perfect. And exactly that. So we present it to you on a tray and waft it around your head a little bit for the full experience. And I think that's something that is really fun to hear from guests when they come through the doors, is exactly that. Like, what's that smell? It smells so good. So that's always kind of fun. And we have a little giggle moment about it. But then we have also something for nitrogen infusion, our draft cocktails and our clarified milk punches. We've kind of become known for those a little bit as well. So they're more that scientific, experiential side of things, and obviously where we draw our name from, Nitro. And then we have it's called a flavor blaster. So you can put an edible bubble on top of a drink.
Courtney, thank you for coming on the show to give us a scoop on Veil and Vault. And now folks know that in the interim that they can go get an experience over at Nitro. And before I let you go, if I can ask, like, how can folks stay in the know ahead of the Speakeasy making its entrance?
Yeah, right now we only have our Instagram up and running. So its tag is at Veil and Vault, the full and you can check out to see updates and pay attention for when we release our reservations in January. You'll want to grab those because they're already halfway booked out. And then also some membership. Yeah, we're really fortunate. It's been great.
Incredible. Courtney, thank you so much for coming on CityCast Madison. And I can't wait to see the wow factor of Veil and Vault.
Yeah, thanks.
That's Courtney McCarty, co-owner of Nitro and the forthcoming Veil and Vault Speakeasy. That's all for today here on CityCast Madison. I'm your host, Bianca Martin. Don't forget, you can support the show and get great perks by becoming a CityCast Madison neighbor at membership.citycast.fm. And if you enjoyed today's show, why not share this episode with someone who likes an exclusive experience. And share it with tons of people. Help us grow, y'all. Spread the word about CityCast Madison and all of the cool, interesting things you get to learn, hidden gems, and even secret bars. Alrighty, we'll be back tomorrow morning with more stories from around the city. Until then, take good care and thanks for listening.